Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Spotlight in Business. I'm Tammy Defoe, President, Business Coach at GTApreneurs, and I'm so happy to have with me today Marc Morrison, a health and wellness coach, and he will be the guest speaker at our next big virtual networking event. That's going to be next Wednesday, November the 9th at 12 o'clock. We're going to put the information below for you to register. Come on out then. We're going to have a great presentation from Marc, and give us a lot of great tips. And you'll get to network with other entrepreneurs, promote your business with your elevator pitch. And there you go. So welcome to the show, Marc. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Perfect. Very well. Thank you.
Okay.
So tell us more about yourself.
Depends on what you want to know. And I'm not joking when I say this. There's 68 years of stories. So really,
We'll keep it just to like maybe a minute and a half.
Okay, fine. So I am what you would call a maximum 5 career person. There are theories out there that people are allowed to change their careers 5 times. So I fit that exactly. Okay. However, the careers have always been in counseling, whether in colleges, junior colleges, and what you will call a regular college, which I think that's a misnomer, but that's okay. That can be explained later. You only want to know. And I've been a tutor, a teacher, counselor, and it's really very funny. And Tam, you're not going to get there for a long, long time. When you get to be a certain age in a certain part of your life, you want to have some permanency. You want to have some resolve. The term I'll use is you want that residual income coming in besides the retirement benefits, which in both your country and mine are just not there. It's not satisfactory enough because everything keeps on increasing and going up. Okay. So you want that stream coming in. And that's what I wanted for the last career, that last opportunity that I would have. I'm not going to go back and take another 30 years. I'm not going to be able to do that for that kind of an income. So I wanted to do it for the permanency, for the stream of income, for also, well, yeah, to help people. That was the ideal. And to help them be healthy in their morale and in their physical. And that may not make too much sense to most people, but those who are in the health and wellness industry know exactly what I'm talking about. And I want it done in a way that I could do my own business, not have to answer to anyone except to myself. I do not want my clients to pay me directly. And I guess as we go on, you can ask me the question, what does that mean? I'm going to say right now, if the clients have to pay me, they have to worry about how much time they're going to spend with me, how much time it's going to take me to help them, if at all. And if I cannot help them, they still have to pay me. Okay, so that means that they get all nervous. They may get a little bit inhibited. They may go negative. And I want the interaction to be totally positive. So in the business that I chose, in the forum that I chose it, my clients do not have to pay me. So we can take our time, we can gain the trust, we can gain understanding. And I will be able to help them in the end. And they will be totally happy with that. Okay. They will pay the company that I'm associated with, but we can do that in another question. You only limited this to a minute.
Yeah. So basically, so you offer your services for free, right?
I offer my time for free. Their health and instrumentality is something they will have to pay for. Okay, but the company will pay me. Yes, so my time is for free. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. So, they're getting the products, but they're getting also the benefit of your time, which is fantastic, and your knowledge. So tell us about some of the products that you offer and how that can help people.
Okay. So my health and wellness coaching at this point of my life is being done with the company, if I may name it, it's called in caps CTFO. And that means changing the future outcome. At that point, it means whose future outcome are we changing or attempting to? And that's my clients and whatever personal fortune I can gain. Okay, but most important it is the clients. Okay, because we have a combination of CBD and non-CBD products.
Mhm.
Okay, the ones that I take are non-CBD. Why? Because I initially and most of the time do not need the CBD for myself.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have a vitamin that's absorbed into the body at least 95%. And that is monumental because on the counter, if you buy over the counter, you're not
Mhm.
going to get more than 33% absorbed, and the rest goes out in an instrument in people's homes
Mhm.
that they use every day.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
heard that. Mhm.
Yeah. And I also have immune system builders,
Mhm.
which you do not need CBD for, because all you may need is a maintenance. And I have for that, that's non-CBD. Okay. And that will build you up.
Mhm.
So you can be
Yeah.
resistant. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, and I think, a lot of what happens today is that, we're so busy that we don't eat a balanced diet, right? Most people. So I think that's why supplementation is important, because we need to make sure we're getting those nutrients that our body needs every day.
Correct. And even with you having a balanced diet, as you phrased it, there's really no such thing anymore. Okay. People think so. You are going to need the CBD even with a or the non-CBD even with a balanced diet. It's just an extra protection for,
Right,
in
right,
addition to your balanced diet, so to speak,
right.
because people have a lot of food allergies from A to
Yeah,
Z.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're not going to be able to get it.
Mhm.
So therefore, what they have in the immune system is the addition and the added ingredient that will help you have that balanced diet.
Mhm.
So I don't want to get too technical right now. That can come with contact with the client.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is that, you don't want people to say, oh, you don't need to eat all the different, fruits and vegetables or whatever, you just take the pill. That's not, people still need to eat all those things, but
Yes.
like basically like the soil has been depleted of nutrients over the years from so
Mm-hmm.
much farming and that.
Mm-hmm.
So you do need to have the extra, and still it is honestly, it's impossible for people to eat every single different type of food to get every single nutrient they need every single day. It's
Exactly.
impossible. So I think
Exactly.
everyone needs to do some kind of supplement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know how to deliver it.
Mhm.
And
And
all
so
they
what
have,
are, yeah,
go
what are
ahead.
some of the concerns that people come to for that, you've recommended a certain product for?
Okay. We just spoke about that in the last couple of questions. They don't eat the balanced diet. They don't have the right foods, or they do
Right, but
not
do they have a
know.
particular issue though, like they're fatigued or they're stressed out, or what would be the
So,
problem they have that they say, okay, I need a solution to my problem?
okay, so let's say this. If there is a skin problem,
Mhm.
okay, and even though they eat a balanced diet, and even though they take care of themselves, they bathe, they do this, they do that, everything they do is advantageous, and
Mhm.
they still have the skin concern.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have products for that.
Okay.
And those are mostly CBD, but you don't have to eat them. You just have to add them on, you just have to put them on your body by roll-on or cream.
Oh, nice.
And there are instructions. Okay, so the example I use is that the first hormonal change of most human beings are from childhood to adolescence. Acne, eczema, this, that, and everything else. It happens to most of us. It did to me. And I didn't have those products when I was growing up or when I was going through that. However, I have the products now that I can help people get over that. You can use I'm sorry, you can utilize the products that I have, and that will not be a major concern anymore for most people. Okay, but that's all part of someone's immune system. It's
Right.
amazing what the immune system does or does not control nor combat. Okay, so I have that.
So
For
now,
most,
so now the products can help with acne?
it can help with most skin conditions, and that will include acne. Yes.
Fantastic. That's a
Okay.
huge issue, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of skin issues in general. There's psoriasis, there's eczema. Yeah. What about wrinkles? Does it help with wrinkles?
Actually, it does.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and
Okay.
I had no idea that you could do CBD as like a topical version, right? Everyone thinks you just
Topical.
eat it. So that's really interesting.
No, if you have to put it in your mouth, then you have to put it in your mouth. If you can put it on your arms, Wonderful. If you can put it on whatever part of your body needs it and the rest is private, you can do that. We have a shampoo product that theoretically can also put hair on a bald person's head. I'm not going to make that as a guarantee,
Right.
but at best you can maintain what you have. For some people, that's enough. Okay, some people would look in the mirror and say, "Oh my God, I don't want to look like this." But then if they put it on, and I have pictures on the website that can show you, it's not a it's not a total system. It's how you do it. Okay, you may be bald genetically, and that's fine. Okay, Dan, I don't know if that can work because I've never seen it, but if you've had hair all your life and all of a sudden it starts falling out, there have been pictures that I've seen in time progression that the hair grew back. So it all helps the immune system.
Yeah, because that, that's the thing, like our body's breaking down every year, right? After you go to, to kind of a young adulthood and stuff. And so, yeah, it does affects the hair, affects the skin, affects all sort of things. So to basically kind of give it something that's going to help to rebuild that, right? To keep it strong. So it's you're kind of fighting the aging process. Nice. Do you have any success stories of clients that really stood out? They really came and said, "Hey, Mark, thank you so much. This has really helped me."
There's no radical success stories from being old and broken down to being young again, even at that age, and having to be fully bloomed. Okay, from being fully withered. There's no one that I know that has that success story. For me, I can say first that during the COVID scare, when most of us were locked down and not even allowed in our buildings to go to work, so you basically had to work from home. Okay, so put it this way, I am 5'6". Okay, I should be at a weight of 135 to 140. Okay, that's what the doctors say.
Really? That's it?
Yeah,
Oh my God, I weigh a lot more than that.
now, during when COVID hit, I was still with my same height, and I still am now. But I was something like 170, 172. Okay, and nothing fit me. Okay, anymore.
I hear you.
And everything was either pulling at the sleeves or doing whatever else. And I'm making this a joke, but it's totally serious. Over the time that there was quote unquote an isolation, which I wasn't, because I was out walking and exercising and whatever else in the streets, and I was by myself. And I had a mask or two with me in case I came in contact with people. And here in LA, there was no cars on the streets. Everybody was scared to death. However, over 18 months, from 2020 to about halfway into 2021, I lost 34 pounds with the vitamin, which is non-CBD, and the super immune system. I lost 34 pounds. I am now 138. Okay, from 172. And now, still nothing fits me, but at least I know that this is a good non-fitting. Okay, because I'm not heavy anymore. And I can walk miles a day, and I've had to do that. And I could not do that when I was at the upper weight. So that's me. I have helped others go from being totally sad looking and unable to go 2 blocks. And now they're walking more than 1 mile. Okay. So there's no radical thing. I didn't take anybody from death's door to make them alive. Okay, but I did take them for what they were to who they are now. And they were always who they were, but because there were things wrong with the immune system, they became a whole lot better people. And this is what you want to do. They wanted to look like you on the screen, totally younger looking, totally able to sit up. to get around in the world. Okay. And if I have to, I can produce pictures of having hair on a bald person's head. If I have to. I hope not, because
That's a success story. Hey, if you're going to have a lineup of customers, okay, Mark, if you can help people keep the hair on their head, even myself, being a woman, like I'm surprised, like when I go to put my hair up and stuff, like I can see my scalp more. I'm like, oh my God, my hair's getting thinner. It's scary. And of course, for guys, it would be a lot worse, for a lot of guys, but I don't like it myself.
I know a $1 million coach who's been bald for a long time. He looks totally good. But that's because he worked hard enough to make a lot of money. He looks really relaxed. And his morale was always up. I mean, he has his things like everybody else, but he's totally okay with himself. That helps you too. Okay. And if you keep putting hats on your head, your hair is going to fall out because you're not opening up your head to the air, to breathe, for your body to fully be, I'll say, air conditioned. Okay.
Right. And really, I'm think of figuratively, first of all, the hats, like the more stress you have or something, but the real hats, it kind of, I think probably the bacteria accumulates. And I mean, most people don't wash their hats, right? You just wear your hat and you take your hat off. You wear your hat, you take your hat off, right? And that could have an effect.
Or they just don't take enough baths and or showers to keep themselves fully cleaned. And I'm not inferring anything. It is a possibility.
Right. But let's say, for example, you're wearing a baseball hat and you go for a jog or something like that, and your head's all sweaty. And then, we all have bacteria on our bodies. It's a natural part, right? And so then it's sweaty and everything else is going there. But you don't wash the hat. You just hang the hat up. And then another day you go for a walk and you put the same hat on, right? So even things like this, these little tips you can give people. Exactly. I think that's helpful.
So I want to say something about the composition, the chemical makeup of CBD, unless you're not going to ask it or there's no time.
No, we have a minute to, because a lot of people, they have questions about CBD. I know personally, many people that have been taking even THC actually, and it really helps them with a lot of stuff. So, tell me what you want to share with them.
So I will just make a direct statement, and it's because of the generation that I come from. I do not deal with THC. It's totally different.
Right.
It's the other side of the plant, so to speak. And CBD there is no evidence that CBD ever hurt anyone unless somebody abused it. And then there's no records that I can find either for that. So we know that everybody keeps telling me, oh, CBD, it's all oil. Well, no, it's not. Okay, but it is oil based. Okay, and there's a difference, and I'm sure you understand that. And you know that our bodies are made up anywhere between 70 and 75% of water.
Well, it depends.
Okay. Yeah. So the oil-based CBD would be tossed out by the body because oil and water do not mix. So the CBD that this company carries has formed a protective formula around the CBD to allow the CBD to get to where it needs to go. If you have to ingest. Okay, if you put on roll-on or cream, that doesn't exist. That's out of the question. Okay. But if you have to take it in, whether it's a liquid or solid, that protective wall that connects itself to the CBD will let it go where it gets to go, like your aspirin will get to go.
Yeah,
from the doctor, if your stick is ready to go, it's going to get there.
Yeah, it knows where to go.
Even then, the body's going to try and kick it out, but it's not. But it's made to be invulnerable mostly to the body. Okay, so the CBD will get to where it needs to go. I'm not sure about other companies, but I know the company that I'm with does and has formulated that. Okay.
Now, does the CBD help with pain?
Is that a general question of all pain?
That's a good, because a lot of people, like, they have sore knees, like they have arthritis or their hands or stuff like that.
Okay, that's not, well, and the answer to the question is there's more than just pain. Pain is your alert. The pain is your alert to say that there's something wrong.
Right.
So you need to get something done to help you. So the CBD can help. Okay. As for a headache, I would go with my Tylenol or something like that. Okay, because I'm not aware that I ever did anything with CBD for headache, and I have allergies. Okay, so the CBD does help with that. So I don't need to take an allergy pill.
Mhm.
Okay, it's unnecessary. And the
That's
CBD
good.
is cheaper, and the CBD is cheaper and more effective anyway.
Mhm.
Okay, unless you're over 65 and you have benefits, then you get everything or most everything for free. That's up to you. Okay, by you I mean general. But if
Mhm.
you really want to, go a step higher, I think you might want to ask about the CBD.
Mhm.
So the CBD, if you have a skin concern, it can't be seen right now, but my hands are not in the great shape, so I need to have the CBD cream or oil.
Mhm.
So once I put that on, it cleans everything up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
CBD is not an allergy pill, so let's not say it's medicine because the FDA in this country has not approved it as a medicine. It is a dietary supplement.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful, at least in this country, that it has not, because then it's shipped into politics and insurance. And can insurance pay for it? Can politics pay for it? Can the government pay for it? In that event, I'm getting out of the business because I can't hope to match all those billions of dollars.
Yeah, they're gonna raise the price for sure. And just to be clear, for everybody knows that Mark is from the US, so we just have to be sure that he knows, people know what country
Okay.
you're talking about. So
So Canada has its own system of economics.
mhm.
There is CBD in Canada.
Mhm.
I don't know if Canada, as a government, has approved CBD as the medicine. I don't know. You would have to say. And Canada,
It probably just falls under the same similar as like vitamins or something like that. That they're not, it's not a
then
medicine, it's over the counter, right? It's
good.
probably the same concept. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as long as it's not a medicine, and I know Canada is saturated with CBD sellers.
You know what? Actually, let me think of something. We actually do have medical marijuana here, and people actually can get coverage for that, like
Oh,
insurance
okay.
coverage for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
so we do have medical marijuana, and I think it probably also has THC in it, I think. So we do have medical marijuana, but then we have all these other shops, like tons of them now, like marijuana shops where anybody can just go and buy any sort of
okay,
marijuana,
but that's
edibles, whatever.
marijuana.
Right, I know, but then we also have shops that do all the CBD too, that we've got both,
Yes, we do also.
actually. But
We,
you don't need a prescription or anything like that to get a CBD oil. Like you can just, like I
no,
said, it's just like
you can buy
vitamins.
it.
You just go buy it. Yeah. Mhm.
And I want to let you know that marijuana is legal in Nevada, but not in any other state. Why? Because the government has approved it, and also why? Because now they can tax it and get millions of billions of dollars in taxes, monies.
Yeah.
So there's a selfish motive to allowing marijuana to be legal, so to speak, in state by state. Each state is regulating their inflow of CBD to match what they think is for them so they can get paid. Okay, so we cannot transport them from state lines. I cannot go from here to see somebody in Nevada with CBD in my possession selling it there, but I can mail it.
Right. Right.
And there's a difference.
Yeah, you can mail it there. Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that, they're not just doing it in Nevada to collect the tax money, but they want more people going to the casino. So if someone in the world wants to go to some casino somewhere and they say, hey, if I go to Nevada, I go to Las Vegas, I can smoke pot when I'm there, then hey, that's good for business.
Yes, but the police regulate it much more than they normally would because they don't want anybody getting killed by bad marijuana, and they don't want anybody
That's
even
true.
getting a cold on marijuana. And usually getting a cold is not a final event type of
Mhm.
thing. Okay, they usually live, thankfully, when they get a cold, they get over it.
Mhm.
Marijuana, if there's a problem with it, you can die from it.
Yeah,
CBD
I know
cannot
some
die from it.
people, yeah, I had a dated one guy and his son ended up going to the emergency room because he had a really bad reaction to some marijuana he bought
Mhm,
from who knows
mhm.
where, right? So, but
It's
yeah, with the CBD, it is a much more regulated, it's much more tested to try to make sure it's pure and all that.
the company that I'm with has a 60-day money back guarantee, including empty bottles, empty containers, empty vials. No questions asked. That includes taxes and shipping fees. and their percentage rate on return is 0.04 of 1%. Okay, and that's such a small number. It's like this.
Mhm.
Okay, and I don't know if
Like
anyone can
this.
see this. Yeah, it's like almost you have to close your eye almost
Yeah.
to see the to understand the percentage. 0.041%. That is amazing. I've never heard of that before. That's just my company. I have no other knowledge of any other company. So I'm gonna, it's what it is.
Well, look at Mark. I'm looking forward to your presentation next week. So everybody, again, it's going to be next Wednesday at noon. So please do register for the event. It's going to be online. So any entrepreneur in the world, you're all going to come out. You don't even have to be an entrepreneur if you just want to come out and see Mark's presentation. That'd be fantastic. And so thanks again for coming to Mark. We look forward to seeing you next week, and you have a great rest of your day.
And so